Hello everyone, welcome to this video and I'll be talking about Leetcode question number 19. Remove nth node from end of list. So we are given a linked list and we are given an n value, which is, for example, here it's a list of 5 elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and n is 2. So that means we have to remove the nth node from the end of the list and return its head. So n is 2, so the second last element of the list is 4. We want to remove it, basically link the previous node of this nth node to the next node of the nth node and return the head of the final list. So let us take a few other examples. So if there is a linked list with just one element and n is 1, you remove that particular n. If the list is 2 elements and the value is 1, that means the very last, like nth node from the end. So n is equal to 1, that means the first element from the last of the list. So that's how we remove 2 and the return is just one node. Okay, so the way we should approach this problem is we can do it in a single pass, and what we can do is we can maintain 2 pointers, one slow and fast, the other one is fast, and start from the beginning, move the fast pointer all the way till first n nodes, and then run another loop where you move the fast and slow pointer together till the fast pointer reaches the last node of the list. So that way we are sure that the slow pointer is n places away from the end of the list. Now we need to play around with the pointers of the slow pointer, like the node which it points to as its next node is basically we have access to, and we can we just want to place the slow pointer at a place where the next pointer of that slow is actually the node that we want to delete. Therefore, what we do is we create one more node before the very first node, before the head, and make it point to head. So when we move by n places, we are basically moving till a place in the list which is one place less, one place before the node that we want to delete. And then we just change the pointer of the next of the slow pointer to point to the element which is next of this. So if the slow pointer is at 3, we say 3's next is equal to 3's next of next. So basically 3 points to 5 now. So these are the 3 subparts of the problem. So let us get started. First of all, we say list node, say start is equal to list node which is pointing to 0. Now start dot next is pointing to head. Now we say give me 2 pointers, both of them point to start, and then so basically now we have 2 pointers, p1 p2, both pointing to the start. Start dot next is pointing to head. Now we know the number n. We move the fast pointer, which is like the p2, and this is the slow pointer. We move the fast pointer by n places in the list. So I is equal to 0, I is equal to n, I plus plus, and p2 is equal to p2 dot next. Okay, Just remember that P2 is pointing to the node before the first node of the given list, right? So if we want P2 to reach one place before the total minus n node, because say suppose n is 2, so we want to reach the we want to delete the second last node, but we want to place the slow pointer before that second last node, right? In that case, we want the slow pointer. Let's see how it goes. So since we want to reach nth node, I'll move P2 by one place, which is like head of the list, and then move it n places ahead. Now we want to move both pointers together till P2 reaches the end of the list. P1 is equal to P1 dot next, P2 is equal to P2 dot next. Okay, and now we know that P1, which is a slow pointer, is, since it started, see, we did P2 dot next on the fast pointer. We did not do P1 is equal to P1 dot next. P1 is still starting from a node which is before the head of the list. Therefore, when P2 reaches the end of the list, P1 is pointing to the node which we want to delete. Okay, so what we say is P1 dot next is equal to P1 dot next dot next. Basically, it's like if we are P1 is pointing to 4, we say P1 dot next is equal to P1's dot next dot next. That means 3 is now pointing to 5 kind of situation. Now we have removed the node which you want to delete, and then we return head. Head is what? Head is basically start dot next, right? And let's see how it goes. Okay, that solves the problem. So the trick here is use a pointer which is before the start of the list, right? And then move the fast pointer to the first element of the list before you start to move the fast pointer, and then start the slow pointer right from one node before the head of the list, and then you do this, like delete the node, this part, play with the pointers, and then return head. So instead of returning head, we are saying start dot next. I hope it was useful. Thank you very much. And yes, please like and comment on the video, so it helps. Thank you very much.